Alright, so we just got done watching Sailor Moon.
Season 1.
Episode 36. What was this called? Usagi's confused, Tuxedo Mask is evil. It's something like that. Is Tuxedo Mask evil? Usagi's confused.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, so the episode opens with Usagi's having a vision of like, it's the same thing that's been happening to Tuxedo Mask over the last 15 or so episodes. She's getting visions of her being the princess and Tuxedo Mask sort of fading away and her screaming, Endymion! Endymion! Which is Tuxedo Mask's
his Dark
spirit,
Kingdom name.
Yeah, his spirit name.
Yeah.
Or what, I don't know about spirit name, that's a little bit wrong. But
the whole...
Moon, what was it? Silver Millennial name.
Something like
that.
That
was the name of the
castle. Was that what it is?
That was the castle.
Oh, yeah.
I'm really hating that we're getting into some
weird like
science
sci-fi
fiction
type
stuff.
Like it's turning into
it's turning into Escaflowne.
Yeah,
you know, it's
like
turning into Firefly. It's turning into
it's just
some Isaac Asimov stuff.
It's not as interesting trying to be more interesting. It's trying to be like, whoa, all these different.
It's to keep it alive though.
Keep it alive,
but I'm finding it as we said before, disenfranchising.
And the whole premise of this episode is a new hair salon that the girls want to go to, and Usagi has been having these visions and these bad dreams all the time, and Sailor Venus thinks, or she says something. Says a girl's mood can change a great deal by getting like a hair.
Yeah, so we're back in the school for the first time in a couple episodes.
Yeah.
That all the girls attend, other than I think Sailor Venus doesn't go to the same school.
I don't think so either.
But they're all at school. They're all talking, chit chatting away, and Sailor Moon, Usagi. We see Naru too. Naru's talking about this new hair salon that's opening up, which is apparently a big deal, and they're giving out cheap / free fresh dues and stuff.
And Usagi's been bummed, so get a little girl's day out kind of thing. Go get some new hair.
Yeah, and so what we find out is that Kunzit, who's our great Dark Kingdom leader guy from now on, now that it's completely out of the picture.
Yeah.
He's been sitting in the background for a while, but Kunzite is planning on, or Kunzite has acquired a piece of Sailor Moon's hair somehow.
Okay, yeah.
And he's like, we're going to be able to go through all of these girls' hair and scan their hair and...
Oh, yeah, that was where the hair database and figuring out... And,
that was also pretty sci-fi.
Was it Queen... Or it was
some Tales from the Crypt shit.
Who was the Queen Beryl in the hair salon? It was...
No.
That some evil... Who was that?
I don't know.
Was that... Did that get established? Who that was?
It was somebody who worked at the salon or something.
She was like part of the...
She was possessed.
She was possessed by Dark Kingdom.
Yeah.
Alright, yeah. And so then ran the hair through all this database shit. I don't know. Sorry.
I dropped it earlier. It's alright.
Yeah.
We're getting older. I think it's okay. Our audience is aging with us, right?
Yeah, that's true. It's been a while now.
But the older sister sort of thing that Sailor Venus is playing up, I like. Like, I was trying to think, because you have all of the dynamics with all the sailors, right? Like, before we were introduced to I can't remember her actual name yet, but we'll get. It'll be locked in my memory later.
Yeah.
But the older sister thing is interesting.
Yeah.
Because she's very clear. Her and Usagi look very similar.
Yeah.
But she's a little taller, a little more mature.
Yeah.
Where Sailor Venus is very and so she's like combing her hair and talking about how like maybe you'll feel better and not worry so much about Tuxedo Mask if if you chill out and you know what, this was actually a pretty good episode the more I think about it. Watching it I found it boring. I think we might have had a bit of Sailor Moon overload here.
We're getting a little bit of Sailor Moon overload.
Sailor Moon fatigue. Like when you walk around a shopping mall for a long time.
Yeah.
And it's actually not a lot of work, but you get tired because you've been walking around a shopping mall and you've been overstimulated.
Well, we'll be back on top.
Consumerism.
It's kind of late.
We'll get our mojo back.
It's late for us, It's a late night right now. What is it? 8:30. I'm tired. I want,
Yeah. I got university in the morning. You know.
Yeah, I got my
I got
university
cram.
course.
I got cram school.
I got cram school tomorrow. I got cram school tonight.
I
I didn't like the monster.
got cram school tonight.
I didn't like I didn't like today's monster though.
No, the monster
the
designs
hair
were.
salon monster. Oh, I'm gonna.
Yeah, the dryer on
The
its head.
dryer. Yeah, I didn't like that at
Yeah.
all. Actually.
Yeah, the monster designs I found actually for the last maybe like I guess we've been playing up more of the bigger plot stuff where it's the sort of voodoo human Dark Kingdom guys instead of the pure Yuma monsters. But yeah, we were getting back to some first 13 episodes monsters with this guy because like well no not exactly. Like okay, we got to recall how crappy the monsters looked before.
Yeah.
Like, they're way more in depth now.
Yeah,
for
they are.
sure.
They're more in depth, but it was just I didn't like the idea of this one, just the hairdresser
Yeah,
monster.
agreed.
And then we get a quote from Tuxedo Mask here. Endymon, I guess he doesn't enjoy fighting women.
Man, you skipped a lot there, bud.
Did I just jump right there?
Yeah, you did.
I think I missed the whole chunk.
So the
of my,
Tuxedo Mask
notes.
Rose comes, and like we've seen a little bit of in this episode of the Tuxedo Mask has been kidnapped by the Dark Kingdom, and he's sort of being put. He's put in this chamber
at this point.
This chamber where the bigger queen is, the underworld, unseen, only spoken.
He has been kidnapped by the Dark Kingdom.
Extra big.
But he wanted the rainbow crystals nonetheless.
Mm-hmm. That was established why, but I think that's because he didn't know he knew that it needed to go to the Moon Princess, and he didn't know that the sailors actually had anything to do with that. I think that's what it was. I'll look into that later and figure it out. Maybe it'll be explained. Maybe it'll come back to me. Whatever. But yeah, Tuxedo Mask basically he does the same thing, but it's when she's about to use the Moon Stick, and it's the elevated Moon Stick now that it has the silver crystal attached to it.
Yeah.
The Moon Stick is not just the moon healing escalation now,
but
it's also a fighter. You know, it's a lot more potent.
Yeah.
I don't think she gets to use it. She just Moon Tiara actions this one.
And she tries to use it, then it gets hit with the rose.
With the rose. She tries to use and the rose, and it's Tuxedo Mask Rose, but it's a slightly more withered, darker rose.
Yeah.
Right? Which is interesting. So if we're going to be playing with the reverse Tuxedo Mask, who comes in and screws everything up with sailors, that's kind of fun.
I like dark Tuxedo Mask. I'm into it.
Yeah, and especially, I think we only have 10 episodes left in the season.
Yeah, I mean.
So this will be an interesting arc to go through.
Yeah.
I like that we got a Sailor Venus episode. I find it's bizarre because we haven't really gotten a proper Sailor Jupiter episode. Although when they established their Sailor Jupiter, we got more of her character.
Yeah.
But I'd like to spend more time with the sailors together outside of them as sailors. I'd like to see more of them as friends. Especially after the sort of like since the Nefrid arc, it's been big picture story stuff, and I'd like a little bit more just character dynamic stuff. And the whole was it episode 30, I think it was, with Ray's shrine and the grandpa and the potential new boyfriend for her or new whatever and that kind of stuff. You know, going to like the homes of the sailors and stuff is what I want. Yeah, this episode was pretty good though because
it wasn't that bad
because it was getting back to the basics, which you think you would prefer the big continuity stuff, but no, I like the little more standalone-ish character moment-y kind of stuff, and it's giving us more of a dynamic to play with for sure. But we haven't gotten that yet, right?
And then Usagi says she's gonna try and get Endymon Tuxedo Mask back to normal using the power of love. You know, the power of her love.
Yeah,
which I think
is one of the main tropes.
Yeah, and I think it's reasonable, and I think she can make it.
Well, at the end of the guy, I think we'll probably get Tuxedo Mask back. Yeah. And it's being quite well established too. Like Usagi is truly effective standalone now. She can fight by herself. This circumstantially she needed the rest of the sailors, but that was just what it was.
Yeah.
It was a good episode.
The sailor Senshi.
Yeah.
They work together.
It was a good
episode. The show is called Sailor Moon.
Yeah.
Yeah, she can
fight
by herself.
Do you think we missed anything?
Maybe a bit, but
grand story-wise, the biggest thing is Tuxedo Mask is bad and actively fighting against the sailors.
I missed a bit of this episode because this girl was messaging me. I matched with her on Tinder, so that's what happens. I asked her if she watches Sailor Moon. She said yes, and we just hit it off. So I missed a little chunk.
Is that true?
Yeah.
Cool. Well, if she sees this, hey, what's up?
Yeah.
Thanks for watching. Specific, Tinder people. Thanks for watching. It's great. We love you. We appreciate it.